Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today we are doing readings about this. You know when you dream that you have a new room in your house and it sort of represents this new aspect of self that you have just discovered and that you're exploring and enjoying, but also trying to integrate into your existing idea of self? That's what these readings are going to be about. So it's integrating your new room day. So I have 4 cards from the Lepus Tarot. Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4. Feel into the cards. One or more of these is going to have a reading for you about integrating whatever your new room is. I'm going to be using the smoky quartz runes, the Elder Futhark on smoky quartz, and I will put the timestamps in the description, and I will see you at the readings. Bye! Hello, card number 1, people. So let's turn this card and see what the beginning of this reading is about integrating your new room, judgment. So, you can't ignore this new room. You can't just pretend that you didn't discover it. It's basically the fact that you discovered it is A, a wake-up call, and B, it's basically your fate. It's something that's really important for you. Not fate like fate, but it's like fate like this is so much a part of you that it's super important that you know about it now, this aspect of yourself that you didn't know about before. And it can only help you going forward, and it can only not help you if you don't integrate it going forward. So it's very, very important that you commit to integrating this new aspect of yourself that you've just discovered. So let's get some runes down. Once again, using the smoky quartz runes. Look at that. That's neat. Yeah, because part of you isn't super happy about this, which is kind of like, well, but it's you, so time to work on that. Embrace the shadow and all that. Not even that it's a shadow, but it's part of you. So, and it's a part of you that can help, like you, a lot. That's really exciting. Oop, that goes here. Some of these are in landscape format. What's that? Ooh, neat. Central issue for this is Vunyo reversed. Vunyo is the rune of joy. Reversed, I'm going to read it a couple ways. This is one of the reasons I said you're not super happy about this new aspect of yourself that you've discovered. However, it can be also the key to a deeper happiness and joy than you have had before in your life. And you're in a good position to look into it and find the joy within. It's not hidden that deeply, but it does go deep once you tap into it. Leading up to this, you were feeling pretty supported up until this point. Like you basically were feeling la la la, everything's good, everything's in the right place, everything is where I like it to be. And then you discovered this. The trumpet sounded and you were like, well, crap. Like this is an extra piece that I didn't know I had, and now I have to find a way to fit it into the puzzle of my life. So there is some discontentment with this where you're like, I'm not even sure where to put this piece. I'm not even sure what to do with this room, but it is a key to a deep joy that you didn't realize you had, and seeking the joy within this is going to be your key to that key. So what is going to help you? We have Avaz, which is the rune of the horse, and also spirit. So this is basically A, keep moving forward, and B, let your spirit carry you forward. In the old days, none of us were around really in those old days, but in the very, very, very old days before any of us were alive, maybe sometimes with people that were alive, but anyway, if you were out like at night and you got really, really, really drunk at a tavern, and then you could just like stumble out and throw yourself on the horse would carry you home because the horse knew. That's what it is. So whatever spirit is for you, whatever your spirit is for you, to let that carry you forward and let that, carry you through this process. Let your spirit lead. And also just keep moving forward. Don't let this freeze you in place. Why is this looking like this? Let me bring this down a little. Let me see. Okay, get that sorted out. Sorry, aesthetics. So yes. So definitely that's what's going to help you, is just letting your spirit carry you forward on this moving forward thing with this new room that you've discovered. What isn't going to help you is represented by Ingvaz. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Freya, and Freya is the fertility god. Basically, this has to do with active creation, and so you may be tempted to try to force this new aspect of yourself to be something that you already acknowledge as a part of yourself. You may try to make it be something that it isn't. You may be tempted to kind of like force it into a specific shape that it isn't actually at all, and that's not going to lead you the way that you need to go. That's not going to help you. It's going to delay your connection to the joy. So definitely, if you start to feel tempted to that, say, no, you know what? This is something that is new. I can't ignore it. I can't make it into something that it isn't. So let's move forward with it. And as we do this, let whatever spirit is for me carry me forward on this, and let me find my way through this. Let me explore this. So the central rune in the entire reading, this is the central issue for the start. Your next step here is the thing that pins the entire reading, which is Ivaz, which is the rune of the yew trees. This has to do with patience and slow growth and slow development and taking things step by step, and also moving between worlds, because you're moving between the world that you thought you were and the world that you are, the more integrated and whole world that you are. Now, this doesn't mean you're not going to discover more about yourself as you continue to grow and become. However, this is something that you need to include, because this is a part of you too. So definitely give yourself patience, be patient with yourself, be patient with the new aspect of yourself, and just take everything step by step. What is going to help you is embrace this challenge. Embrace it as something that you recognize may be an impossible challenge. We have Thurisaz reversed in the helping spot. So Thurisaz is the rune of the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is a challenge. It's always a challenge. When it's reversed, it's an extra challenge, because when it's upright, the door is open. You can move through it. You just need to psych yourself up for it. But when it's reversed, it's a thorn wall. So as something that is helping you, you're embracing this as, this is my challenge. Nobody else can do this for me. This is what I came here to do, and this is my challenge to deal with. And I embrace this, because even if I can never get around it, even if I can never get through it, this is something that is mine and completely mine, and it's nobody else can, mythically mine. Nobody else can do this. So just embracing this challenge will help you have the patience to move step by step through it. It's exciting. It's something, it's like going to be a possibly lifelong study for you, just to know this part of you. What isn't going to help you is worrying that you no longer belong where you thought you belonged. We have Manas reversed. Manas is the rune of humanity and your part in it. It is overthrown, I want to say, in the lower line. It's reversed. So you kind of feel you maybe don't know with this new aspect of yourself how to relate to the world the way that you used to, because you can't, because you're more now. So that could really make you want to maybe hide. That maybe could make you want to, seclude yourself in a way that isn't healthy, because that's not going to help you. As the first line shows, you need to keep moving forward. I mean, obviously, if you need solitude, if you're an introvert and you recharge by solitude, then definitely do that, because that's going to help you too. But not to turn away completely from your part in the great song. You definitely want to, maintain your part in the great song as much as possible, and just be patient with yourself, take it step by step, and embrace the challenge as yours. Your next step on the path line, we have Raido, which is the rune of the journey. It's the journey rune, so it's riding. You are moving forward. So you give yourself a big central amount of time, like a big focus of time where you are being patient and taking things step by step and embracing the challenge for what it is, as yours. And right after you're doing that, you are able to resume your journey. You're able to pick up and just continue on your journey, your life's journey, and just with your spirit carrying you, just basically riding forward. What is going to help you? We have Kaunas upright. So this is the rune of the torch or the fire. This is an expansion of focus. This is opening out. And this is coming from this embracing of the challenge. And it's one of those things that you're letting it become fascinating to you. You're letting this more whole you become something that is completely fascinating for you. Like you keep unfurling more parts of it. It's like if you did discover in real life, in waking life, a new room in your place, and it was like full of cool stuff, and then the more you explored it, the more cool stuff you were finding, and the more things that you were finding that you could actually use in your life. That's kind of what it is. Like it's a challenge because it's such a big knot of stuff that you haven't uncovered about yourself before, and now you are. It's really exciting. And so the more you do this, the more you're expanding to it, the more you're integrating it, and that helps you as you move forward on your journey. What isn't helping you is we have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest, and also time. Excuse me. There's that sense of, where was this until now? How much time do I have left to work with it? What do I have to show for this? It's basically your worries about time and your experience of time and where you are in the middle of it. And that could drag you down. Like, you're doing it now, so that's, try not to beat yourself up for not discovering it before. You couldn't have discovered it before because you weren't ready to discover it until now, and now you have. It is time. So if you start to think about that, it's like, no, but you know what? I am actively involved in discovering this, in uncovering this. As challenging as it may be, it is fascinating to me to keep unfolding all the cool stuff that is in this new room of mine. That is a more complete me. And what this is all going to lead you to is we have Hagalas, which is the rune of the hailstorm. Yes, I do often read this as chaos and things that are out of your control, but it is also very much nature, and it is your nature. And the more you explore this, the more you integrate this, the more you will be very much in tune with your own true nature, your deep nature, and recognize that you are a force of nature with this, because this is going to really do some amazing things for you. Like, not in addition to tapping into your deep inner joy, this is going to make you feel more whole. And as the card associated with it is showing, this is a whole new part of your life that it is time for you to embrace and to become and to embody, and it's really exciting. So it's definitely what you're discovering now you are going to be using, and it is very, very exciting. So that, card number 1, people, is your reading for exploring your new room. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this, but it'll be something like that. Your new room. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 2, people. Welcome, welcome. So let's turn this card and see the beginning of this reading about uncovering your new room. Wow, this was a big, colossal thing for you. The discovering this new aspect of yourself has absolutely shattered your old way of being, which is neat. I mean, it had to, because it wasn't going to be sustainable once you realized how much more complete you were. But still, it's really shaken you up to discover this about yourself. Like, this is like, whoa. I mean, I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but the Tower is one of my very, very, very favorite cards, because the Tower has to come down. The Tower is something that was not sustainable. The Tower is something that needed to come down, and it's going to free up so much energy for you. And it's going to be one of those things where now you can be, I mean, look at the card. In the card, it's the lagomorph that is wearing the Tower. And it's like, it was sort of using it as maybe to block out, what it actually was. But now that it's broken, it can be more of what it was and is. Like, the sky is coming in now, and it's going to be more free, because this has been confining. But now that you know about this aspect of yourself, this is going to be the opposite of confining. This is going to be like new for you. It's like really exciting. So definitely excited for you about this. But it's a big thing, and it's probably shaken you up quite a bit that you've discovered this about yourself, this thing. So let's get some runes down and read on that. Yeah, it overthrew you. This overthrew you in a way that it basically stopped you in your tracks. Like, this is like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this about myself, and now that I do have this about myself, I cannot go back to being what I was, and I cannot go back to, that's blank, I cannot go back to living the way that I was either, and it's exciting, but also terrifying, and where am I and who am I and all that stuff. But it's all going to be for the best. Yes. I knew it would, but anyway, it's always nice to see a good rune that comes down that is easily an answer to that. So your central issue to start with, we have Uruz reversed. Uruz is the rune of the wild ox. This has to do with strength and health, and also stubbornness in terms of resistance or not. It is reversed on the path line right in the central issue spot, so it's saying that this has overthrown you a bit. It has sort of pulled the rug out from under you, and you're sort of kicking in the air going, what the? And it's called upon your inner strength to sort of start to reconcile with this, but also it's sort of a forced non-resistance. It's a forced, not surrender so much, but you cannot resist this because it's you, and you can't argue with it. It's absolutely the end of the old you that has happened. Leading up to this, we have Algiz reversed. Algiz is the rune of the moose, and its protection and support. This may have happened because of a moment of feeling unsupported, and or a moment where you had to stand up and take charge of things yourself for yourself, that you had to stand up and become the supporter of yourself or the protector of yourself. However it happened, that's what led you to this moment of, wow, I have this deep inner strength that I didn't realize I had, and this is throwing me for a loop because maybe I was very much comfortable with being in sort of a hammock of support before, but now having taken that moment of standing up and taking care of things myself, I'm like, wow, I have this deep inner strength, and this is mind-blowing to me that I didn't need that I didn't need people or support around me for what I just did. And yes, even though I was forced into that situation, I am moving forward accepting this. This is something that I can't help but accept. But unfortunately, or fortunately, because of that, everything in my world is changing. Things that I had set up have all basically are collapsing around me because they can't stand anymore because I can do this thing. What is going to help you is let it end. Let what used to be end. Just let it end. We have Raido reversed. Raido is the journey rune. This is your life's journey, and it's reversed on the helping line. So what is helping you is letting the chapter end that was what came before that led to this tower moment of, wait a minute, that all wasn't sustainable because I wasn't a whole person. I wasn't as whole a person as I am now, knowing that I can do these things that I couldn't do before, or that I didn't think I could do before, and that I was relying on others to do for me. Here I am in the light of day, standing up and with my inner strength, and that I was able to do this. Now I know I can do this, and I'm going to allow this, and I'm going to close that chapter because I am a new person, and I don't need this protection of this tower anymore because this tower was always unsustainable. What isn't going to help you? We have Vunyo reversed. Vunyo is the rune of joy. It's reversed on the lower line. So it's basically, you're kind of worried about, and this ties in with this, because when you first needed to do the thing that you ended up doing yourself, you were very unhappy because you were very comfortable before with, as I said, your hammock of support. So there's still a sense of that sudden discontentment and unhappiness that happened when you were like, I have to do this myself? It's like, yes, but it's okay because you did it and then you learned that you could do it yourself and that you are very, very strong, especially inwardly, and that you can do that. And so this is a new world for you and a new room in your proverbial home. So yes, there is still a bit of, I don't know, pain or grief or just basically like, yeah, a bit of a discontentment about that, and that could drag you down. It's like, yeah, but where were they? And it's like this was probably not in any way a malicious lack of support. I think this was just probably bad timing, but you needed it at this time and you stepped up for yourself and it ended up changing your whole life. So you are able to close the door on that and say, no, you know what? I'm good. I got this. I'm all right. I can move forward. Your next step on the path line and what is pinning the entire reading is there is going to be you embracing the challenge of your life. This is going to be the challenge of your life, basically. We have Thurisaz reversed. Thurisaz is the rune of the challenge. It's the thorn, the giant, the gateway. Reversed, it's basically an almost impossible challenge, but that's okay because it's yours and you are owning it. And that is what is really exciting. And that's on your path line. You're going from, I need support all the time. I need this support. Now everybody needs support and that's fine. And I'm sure you'll still be able to find the support you need for the things that are like emergencies and, whatever you need. But as far as the hammock of support where you felt like you needed support for everything, you learned that you don't, and that you are perfectly strong enough to take care of things. And this has opened up a whole new world for you. And this is really exciting. So now you're like, I have much more strength than I thought I did. I can do a lot more unsupportedly that I thought I could. And what else can I take on? It's exciting. And it's also, this is, you're like, you feel like you're taking responsibility for your life a lot more than you were before. I mean, it's not that you weren't before, but there are things that you thought you couldn't, and now you can, you realize you can, and it's really exciting. So it's both that. It's both, I'm embracing the challenge of taking responsibility for my life in areas that I never could before, but also, what else can I do? Yes, I'm referencing Disney songs, and I'm sorry. It's the second one in the same reading. So what is going to help you? We have the blank rune. So this is basically being open, connecting to the divine, whatever the divine is for you, if you like. But I'm really seeing this as being very, very open because now you're not afraid to be. You're looking around and going, yeah, definitely. What else can I do? This is exciting. The world is open to me. I'm freed of the shackles of feeling limited because I thought I needed support for a lot more than I did. And yet I was able to take care of this perfectly myself, discovering my inner strength. And I don't need that anymore. I don't need to be bricked in anymore to that needing support with everything. So it's great. So just being open to that and saying, okay, looking around is like the world is a big open place and it's really, really exciting. And what else can I do? What isn't going to help you in this moment, this central pinning moment of this reading, is we have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest and also time. And once again, this rune is in the lower line, not helping you by making you really thinking about things like, how long could I have been doing this before? How much time has passed? How much time have I wasted? And how little time do I have left to enjoy this? And what do I have to show for this? And it's just sort of round and round and round. It's not going to help you if you do that. You're doing it now, and that's really exciting. And I think you probably couldn't have done it until now. This was the time. So bring yourself back up to, no, you know what? And I am excited about all the things that are open to me now because I have a little more independence, a lot more independence. So it's very exciting. Your next step on the path line is Ansu's, which is the rune of communication and manifestation. So not only just expressing in the world and communicating with others in the world, but also making things happen in the world because you now know that you have that power. You now know that you have the capability of doing these things. What is going to help you is remembering that you are a force of nature. We have Hagalaz, which is the rune of the hailstorm. I often read this as chaos and things that are out of your control, but it is also nature, and it is you as a force of nature. So recognizing that you do have as much power as you need to influence the things around you and to manifest things and to express in the world and to just be, and to be a powerful being in the world. And this is fantastic. And maybe you didn't realize this before, and now you do. That's your new room in your mythic house. What isn't going to help is we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing. Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god. I usually read this as active creation. You don't want to try to make things into things that they are not. Let me just get another rune up and down on this, just to balance this one out, because I want to clarify on the Ingvaz. Yeah. So a couple things. First of all, there is a worry about lack of comfort zone. So we have Othala reversed. Othala is the rune of the home and the homeland, and you don't want to. First of all, you don't want to let go of everything that you had before. You're not going to step out completely without protection. That's not going to happen. But there is kind of a worry about that, where you may feel like what little support you have, you're going to have to rig up, like just with bungee cords and rope, to make sure that they don't go away on you. Because as happy as you are to be freer than you were, you're desperately frightened of losing the support that you do have, and it can drag you right the heck down. Like there's a part of you that's still freaked out over this, that you had to do this, and you're like, what else might I have to rely on myself only for? And then it becomes like a panic situation. So try not to let that happen. Bring yourself back up to where you recognize that you do have quite a lot of power. You have a lot, and this will help you to open out and expand naturally in your own way, to see what else you can do. But I think you're always going to have support. Let me just get a little rune on the side on this, but there is going to be some support that you will have access to at all times, right? Yes. I'm going to read the Younger Futhark read on this, which is of a bridge. So you will always have something under your feet that will take care of you. There will always be someone or something there that will give you the support that you need when you need it. So that's always going to be there. Otherwise, Isa is ice. It's the stillness. It's the stillness through which clarity comes. I think you'll be fine. If you really, really, really need it, don't worry about it, because that's going to be there. Your final rune in the spread is Laguz, which is the rune of the water, and also it's emotion, intuition, heart, and flow. So you will feel a lot easier moving forward with this. You'll feel like, okay, I'm letting things flow forward. I'm not going to, I'm just going to see where things go, because I'm sort of trusting that I will have the support that I need when I need it, but that I am strong enough and powerful enough that I can handle things myself for the most part. And also letting your heart lead, basically, and tuning into your intuition, and is emotion, intuition, and heart, and just being aware of emotion and letting emotions happen, because emotions are like weather and they need to flow. So you will be moving forward much more smoothly and much more easily and much more comfortably in the future because of this. So because of this new room in your proverbial house. So that, card number 2, people, is your reading. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 3, people. Welcome. So let's turn this card and see what it is about this room in your house. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is, whenever I get the 6 of Pentacles, initially, before I start with the runes, so maybe I'll start throwing the runes down as well. There's always that question of, it's like, are you the giver or are you the receiver of this possibly charity, at least of goodwill? One or the other is going to be you. Perhaps both. There is an exchange. There is an exchange happening. So there is something happening with you that is an exchange. It may be you giving support to a part of yourself that you didn't before. and through which this part of yourself is now growing and developing, or you are accepting something that is helping you to grow and develop, or you are giving something that is helping you grow and develop. But there's definitely an exchange happening. So I'm going to sort of stick with the first thought on it because of what is the helping line. So central issue here, we have Gabo, which is the rune of the gift. This has to do with an exchange. It's always an exchange. You never give something without getting something in the ancient Norse. So it's agreements, decisions, goals, and plans. But given this, some part of you, at the very least on this level, some part of you is now giving something supportively to another part of you that didn't really have it before. And then that other part of you that is now getting supported is giving you something immeasurable, is giving you something that you've never had before that is really exciting and that is expanding who you are and making you more you than you've ever been before. Leading up to this, we have Yira, which is the rune of the harvest, and also time. This is abundance. This is basically, there was a situation where you were feeling really good recently, and this allowed you to be generous enough with yourself to start supporting this part of you that you hadn't before. And now because of this exchange that's happening, you are becoming more of who you are than you've ever been before. And there is a richness coming into your life from not only the part of you that is feeling more abundant and giving to yourself, to an aspect of yourself that you haven't given support to before, but from the part of yourself that you are now giving support, this great outpouring of things that you can use and things that are really, really useful and enriching and beautiful are coming through now. What is going to help you is that this is a new beginning. This is a new birth of yourself. You are becoming, you are birthing. We have Berkana, which is the rune of the birch tree, and beginnings and birth. And so this is something brand new. It smells nice. It's beautiful. Maybe it doesn't smell. Maybe you're doing something like really stinky. So it's like, maybe it's like art supplies that are, but it would smell like nice to you if you were working with them and you had a really good connotation to them. I'm going to move on from the olfactory part of this reading. So, but basically, it's something really new and it's really exciting and it's bringing a light to your life and newness, and it's really, really exciting. And this just it encourages you to keep doing it, because the more you do it, then the more newness there is, and it's just wonderful and exciting. And you want to nurture it and you want to enjoy it and you want to be it, and it's beautiful. What isn't going to help you is we have Fehu, which is the rune of wealth and worth. It is upright in the lower line. This is kind of, it's weird because, you know what it is? Because, okay, Fehu's wealth and worth. This is abundance. And there's the whole cake, having your cake and eating it too, or eating your cake and having it too kind of thing. Like, you have this abundance and you kind of, part of you wants to sit on this abundance and say, look, I'm rich. It's like, you're not, because you're not using it. Like, you can just sit on it and then it's not going to go anywhere and it's going to stagnate. So what you're doing with the abundance, instead of putting the abundance aside and sitting on it, you are supporting a part of yourself that hasn't been supported before, and this part of you is giving you more richness than sitting on the abundance would have ever done. Like that. Your next step on the path line and pinning the entire reading is Thurizaz, which is the rune of the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is upright. The last two readings, it was not upright. This reading, it is upright, which means it's an easy challenge. You just have to move through the door. So you are doing this, and as you do this, as this new beginning becomes more and more developed and more a part of you, you're going to face a threshold. You're going to be like, do I go back to what I was before, or do I carry forward with this more whole version of myself into the world and just bring this richness out into the world? And the answer obviously is the latter. You definitely want to continue as whole as possible. You want to integrate self, all the aspects of self, all the rooms in your house, and you are going to move forward through this door, and it's right in front of you and it's there and you can see the shining beyond it and it's beautiful. What is going to help you? We have Manas, which is the rune of humanity and your part in it. I'm just quickly, the Younger Futhark read on this is also shining through. I did a Younger Futhark read on the previous reading, and it was basically, it's applicable in the same way that the Elder Futhark reading is on this rune, which is basically Madara, which is potential, human potential. And so you're embracing that. You're like, no, I am going to bring something through in this, and this is going to be, I'm going to be more me than I've ever been before. Now, the Elder Futhark read on it is humanity and your part in it. So this is you stepping into your note in the song. This is you basically where you feel the greatest sense of belonging. And yes, I could have rhymed, but I didn't. And but it's basically, this is what's going to help you in this. It's like, no, your choice is, I'm going to step into completely who I am, as completely as I know right now, and I'm going to move forward through this door, because it's kind of scary because I've never done this publicly before, but here I am, and I'm going to move forward with this, and it's going to be great. What isn't going to help is you're a bit worried about energy levels. We have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun. This has to do with source energy and just basically energy levels. You are going to be a bit worried about it, but it's not much of a worry, because the more you do this, the more whole you are, and then you're supporting yourself with this, so that's actually boosting you. So it's really self-supporting. It's definitely good. You're not going to have to worry about energy levels as much as you thought you would, and if you do, then just rest. This is your momentum. So you can choose that. But yeah, it's exciting. Worrying about energy levels, and if you exhaust yourself, that's going to take you away from it. So these both can influence each other. Ideally, though, you want to lean on the upper line. So the upper line is enjoy the new beginning, and the upper line is step into your part in the great song in the world. What your next step is on the path line, we have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is the rune of Ing, and Ing is another name for Frey, and Frey is the fertility god, and this has to do with active creation. So as you move forward, if this is a creative endeavor that you've been supporting for yourself, just get at it, like do it. Just do it. It's like, just get your hands right into it and do it. If this is just an aspect of life that you hadn't supported before, again, this is you shaping what is around you, your life. This is you shaping the things around you with what you have, and enjoying that. What is going to help you is we have Raido reversed. Raido is the rune of the journey. Reversed, I'm going to read this a couple ways. First of all, you're wrapping up the journey that you used to have. Once you step through this threshold, once you step over this threshold, the life you had before you started to support this aspect of yourself is officially over. You have committed to your more integrated self, including this room that you've put into your mythic home. And so you are actually just looking at this going, no, I can't go back. I'm not going back. I'm never going back. I am more whole now than I've ever been before. And I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to continue to support this part of myself, because it's bringing me richness and a sense of belonging that I've never had before, and my life is better for it. What isn't going to help you is it feels like you had everything pretty much set before when you hit this moment where you had this abundance and you wanted to support this, and now it's like a whole new thing, and you feel like it's a lot of steps, and you feel like the road is long, and you may feel a bit impatient to get things back to where you felt really, really solidly comfortable, as far as not the forward tumble of things that is newness, but the newness is good. So bring yourself back to where it's like, no, you know what, I put an end to this, and part of this is the excitement of the journey. Yes, I'm going to need to rest from time to time. However, I'm creating a whole new world around myself, and it's very exciting and good, and my life is richer. And what this is all going to lead you to is we have Tivaz reversed. Tivaz is Tears rune. Tears, the warrior god. I am going to read this a few ways as well. First of all, make sure that you are taking care of your duties to yourself, taking care of what you need, your duties and responsibilities to yourself. Tear is all about doing that, taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Reversed generally means inner. So you are taking care of, like, if you do need to rest, if you're worried about energy levels, make sure that you're taking care of that. Like, take care of yourself. Don't forget to do that. As well, this is basically surrender to it. This is like, no, I am committing to this. I am surrendering to this new whole me, this new, more complete me. I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to lay my sword down. And so just basically not fighting this new aspect of you and this new, more complete you as you move forward. But definitely take care of yourself. Make sure that you are taking care of your duties and responsibilities to yourself, your inner duties and your inner responsibilities. And then things will continue to be cool and rich and awesome. So that, card number 3, people, is your reading for integrating your new room. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye. Hello, card number 4, people. Welcome, welcome. So let's turn this card, and we will see about the room that you are integrating. Ooh, and that's upside down. I'm not going to read it as a reversal, tempted though I may be. This is the 9 of Swords, and so there is a lot of... This is interesting because... This is interesting. So the 9 of Swords is all about anxiety, things that are just running through your head and just really worrying you and things like that. And maybe something has happened recently where you've got a new room in your house, mythically, but it's not comfortable. It's something that has just opened up to you, and you've just realized that this is a part of you that... you're going to need to take on, you're going to need to spend some time with so that it can sort out all these worries and anxieties. I'm so sorry. I'm going to read this as gently as I can. So let's get some runes down and see what else there is about this. But this is something fairly new for you. Yeah, so new part of your journey. New part of your journey. This is interesting. So let me see. Let me just see what's going on with this. What is going on with you, card number 4, people? In the kindest way possible. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. One more. Oh, guess it's that one. Yay! I will spoil this. You have a happy ending. So, central issue, we have Raida, which is the rune of riding. It's the journey rune. It's your life room. It's the journey rune. It's your life's journey. Basically, you're moving forward in your life's journey, and part of life is this. You've discovered this part of yourself that has perhaps a lot of pent-up grief, anxiety that you weren't able to really work with before, that you weren't able to deal with. Maybe you were just holding it all back. Maybe you just were you'd shut it up in the room because you didn't want to deal with it. But now it's time. And I think what has caused it to be time is you finally have worked out how to give yourself the energy that you need. You found out how to tap into your source energy. And you're feeling a lot more, not energized, running around energetic, but in terms of that you're feeling more supported just by your energy levels. We have Sovilo, which is the rune of the sun. This has to do with source energy. So things that are supporting you, nurturing you, nourishing you. Whatever it is that whenever you're accessing it, always gives you that you can wake up and you can breathe and see again kind of thing. So that has happened, and now you're like, I'm going to open that room. I'm going to have to deal with that, because until I do, that's going to be in there. All this is going to be in there, and it's going to be undealt with, and it's going to be festering, and it's not going to be good for me. So I need to move forward in my life with that. So what is going to help you? We have Ingvaz. Ingvaz is Ing's rune. Ing is another name for Frey. Frey is the fertility god. This has to do with active creation. It's also like continuity and putting things back into the line of perpetuity. Is this slipping again? Let me just move this back up. Maybe I just pulled it down. Okay. Yeah, it does look like it's a little bit. It should be okay. All right, let's get this. You know what? I'm just going to move these down because that'll be easier. All right. Alrighty. Hopefully we'll hang in there. Hang in there, readings. Okay, so basically, where was I? We have Ingvaz, which is Ing's rune. This is active creation, but it's also continuity. So this is like a gap. Whatever you sealed up in this room, it acts as a gap in your path. Like if you look back on your path, there's holes that are basically what got locked up in this room. So in order to become complete and more, well, not necessarily complete, because we're continually growing and completing and all that. So there's never an actual completion, just per se. But as we continue to grow and develop and move forward, but you want to fill that in, and the only way to do that is to open that room and to get back into that. Now, again, entertainment purposes only. I am, if you need actual help, please have it, because it's important and will help you a lot. But what this is saying is whatever's in this room is something that you need to weave back into your path as you look back. It's like, okay, that is missing, and I need to weave that back in so that it is there when I look back to complete my sense of who I am and where I've been and my journey. What isn't going to help is leaving it blank, and that's the thing, is we have the blank rune in the lower line. So this is basically, you're just basically looking back and there's these blanks. That's not going to help you moving forward on your journey. So what is going to help is we're going to open that room, and we're going to start to integrate it. We're going to start to weave that back in, even though there's pain associated with it. But you're bigger than that now. Like it's like a tree. The things that happen to a tree you can see in the rings, but and that never goes away. But you've grown more rings around that. So you're bigger than that at this point. So it's important to just integrate all your rings is basically the situation. Your next step on the path line is we have Yira. Yira is the rune of the harvest and also time. This is pinning your entire reading. This is basically you are now is the time. You're in the present moment. You're bringing together, looking back, and you're looking forward, and you're bringing together everything when you're in this is your harvest basically. So, but this is also time. So you've got the time before, the time ahead, and you are in the present moment, in this moment, in the path. And you're looking back and you're integrating everything which you already were doing. And once you've done that, because it looks like you've done this by the next step. Like as you look back with this room, as you start to weave these things in, I'm seeing it being a great revelation for you. But anyway, so the center pinning rune of the entire reading is the harvest. So you're really finding yourself in the present moment, and it's a much more balanced feeling because you can look back and there are no more gaps. And what is going to help you with this is we have Dagas, which is the rune of the breaking of the day. So this is basically illumination, your entire field of vision illuminated. You can see more than you could ever see before. Everything is vivid and bright, and there's a real sense of enlightenment in terms of you're looking back and it's like, I can see everything now. I can see more clearly than I ever could before, and I'm getting a better overview of my life and why I am who I am, how I became who I am, because I can see from high up a bigger picture of what led me to this place. And it's huge. It's illuminating. It's like seeing, you can see so much at this point. What isn't going to help you is there was a certain comfort zone to having those blanks. There was a certain comfort zone to having those blanks. It was an anxious comfort zone, but there was some comfort in that, in being able to look back and say, all I'm seeing is what I haven't blocked out. And, that's true, but it's like anesthetic. So you want to, this is so much more healthy. Like, look at these. This is so much more healthy, where you are seeing everything and you're having that overview and you're having colors and vividness and light in your life as you bring through this harvest of your moment of time. So that's what's going to help you the most, is just seeing the fact that you can see so much and that everything is clear and everything is lit up. And yes, you can look back and there are sad parts and there are upsetting parts, but you're more whole than you were before, and that matters. So your next step on the path line, we have Fehu reversed. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth. Reversed, it's inner. So you're going to have a lot more confidence moving forward after that point. You're going to feel a lot more inner worth. You're going to be able to look inside and go, you know what, I have a lot of worth. I am worthy. And there's more self-esteem and more confidence moving forward. What is going to help you is this is a new beginning for you, a really, really, really new beginning, because we have Berkana reversed. Berkana is the rune of the birch tree. It has to do with beginnings and birth. It's reversed, so it's deep inside. You are having this new beginning. You are incubating a new you out of this new revelation, this new revealed completeness that you are now being able to see because of this new room that you've integrated, basically. What isn't going to help you is we have Algae reversed. Algae is the rune of protection and support. It's the moose. And along these lines, there is now an element of, I'm going to say resentment. Like it's like, where was my support? Where was my support when I was going through whatever it was that I had to lock up? And it's just this like anger and resentment about this, where, part of it is that you locked it up because that was part of it. this rage that you might have to deal with, that will really drag you down if you let it. Where, obviously acknowledge it, feel it, but let it flow. Let it be like weather. Like, it's got to happen. It's got to, because it's important and it has to happen. But if you dwell there and if you just let it overcome you in terms of, like, if you keep returning to it and gnawing on it, that's not going to help you. So it's going to get to a point with that. It's like, yes, acknowledge it, feel it, let it flow. But remind yourself of what you can see now, and that you can see very, very clearly now, and that it is a whole new world, and there's more to you than you thought there was, and you are more complete now than you were, and you are becoming someone absolutely new and exciting and more integrated and whole than you ever were before, as you move forward with confidence after this point. And your final rune in this particular spread, your next step here, is you will have joy. Maybe you haven't, maybe this closed room was robbing you of that. Like, maybe there just wasn't before. Like, this is so different from everything else. I mean, obviously this rune is different from the other runes, and I have a feeling it kind of fell in from another set, but it's like an actual, like, just clear quartz as opposed to smoky quartz, but I never minded because of the rune that it is, because it's the joy rune, it's vunyo, it's joy. So, but the fact that it's so different from the other runes in this spread, and even different from, like, all these runes are very almost murky along with this is so new, and this is just like your new you is coming into being, and your self-esteem is just there, and you're letting yourself feel the unpleasant emotions, the rage and feeling like you weren't supported, and just all of that. You're letting yourself have that. I mean, this is like, whenever you visit that room, is like, let the emotions flow, because that's what was pent up. Let it happen. But you're becoming a new you at this point. You can see more clearly than you ever have before. And you have the continuity that you didn't have before. And by the end of this process, you are going to have access to joy, straight up joy. And it's going to be something completely new. And it's going to be really exciting. And I'm really happy for you. I'm looking forward to this moment for you when you're going to notice this. So yeah, I mean, again, entertainment purposes only, these readings, and definitely get the help you need if you need it. I believe in you. So there you go. That is your reading for integrating your new room. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.